it wasn't very easy because as a foreigner you need to learn English and you need to try to get along with people. But I always believe that America has full opportunity, and I always, believe that one day I could make it, by working my way up the ladder and try to be, an established American citizen, and that's what I did. I became a citizen, I would say, about 15 years ago.
Okay.
These class actions in particular, they include not only Hispanics and people that had problem understanding the language, but also African Americans. So this is kind of a redlining, right? But for loans, they were identifying somehow people that were more vulnerable in trying to get this type of loans.
America is a dream. You come here and you work and you don't commit any crime, and you just being a good citizen. I remember when I started working at McDonald's, the first job from the school that they sent it to me, the pay was $2.10 an hour. And my first paycheck was like $5 because I never worked before in my life. But I want to learn. I never had to clean up the bathroom and all those things, so that was okay. I learned it, and I went through it, and I always thought, wow, this is really great. America is full of opportunity as long as you have willing to work, and you could always get job. And I was never out of job. I have always been working. Then I start thinking, well, now it's the time to buy a house because I want to have a place of my own. So in 2001, my girlfriend was pregnant. So I said, well, this is the best time to buy a house. Back then I had really good investment in the market. My portfolio looked really good. It's worth like almost $1 million in paper. At the time now, I don't have a job anymore. I lost my company, therefore I don't have a current job. And I've been trying to find a job, but it's not easy to find a job. Everybody says it's easy, but it's not. My financial situation really getting worse and worse. And then they come to the house because I cannot afford to pay. I start to refinance with Countrywide because they were the biggest at one time.
Part of remaining obviously in your home a lot longer and challenging the foreclosure process is actually recognizing that you have a problem and communicating with the bank. A lot of times you'll have consumers who, in our practice, we've had clients who were able to stop a foreclosure based on the fact that they responded to the bank's notices of default and made payment arrangements or deferred their payments for a while until they were able to get on their feet. So I think that the biggest problem is, first of all, admitting that there's a problem, that you're in default, and then opening the lines of communication with the bank.
Bank of America had told me that in order for them to help me, I have to get out of bankruptcy. They cannot help people if they're in the bankruptcy mode. They only can help people if they're not in bankruptcy mode. So that's when I told my lawyer. My lawyer had advised me, okay, let's do what they asked you to do. So I did that, got out from it, and then did everything they asked me to do. Send them another hardship letter with the ask, send them W-2, the job that I have with my wife and how much we can afford to pay, and give them the plan. After I did all that, then got on the phone with them, and they told me, well, we can't help you. You're not qualified.
The whole situation about this mortgage foreclosure is the problem with the federal government, who is scared of banks. Bankers are controlling it. That is the basic thing which is causing all these problems. They are recklessly using the court documents and court codes and rules and regulations against the innocent homeowners to get into. It's like a foreclosure mill. Nobody checks anything.
That's when I said, you got to be kidding me. And that's when I stopped paying altogether. Because I said, well, I'm going to lose it. Why should I start paying when they're not helping me? They have been lying to me. I was willing already to go bankruptcy, because for some reason I thought that there's protection in the house if I file bankruptcy. Somebody was telling me. But either way, I tried to work out with them, and they didn't. And then that's when Bank of America had sold my loan to Mellon Bank, New York Mellon Bank, and they had foreclosed me.
May of 2009, that I found out that a program that I had 3 of my properties under, which was called a Pick a Pay program, which your loan accrues negative amortization on the end of the loan. They try to say it's deferred interest, but actually it's like a loan that will never really be paid off unless you just paid it off totally in cash or something like that. And I found out that they had outlawed that particular loan in the District of Columbia, and I found out that information through my attorney.
The big difference, is that a lot of these mortgages that we're talking about now are the exotic mortgages. I know people hear that term, exotic mortgage or exotic loan product. And what that means is that this is extremely different from what our fathers and their fathers had, and that a lot of these loans, their maturities are basically 5 to 7 years, and that you have a consumer who's paying an interest-only loan for the first 4 years, and then all of a sudden in year 5, they had a $400,000 loan, which is the principal, and they're paying $1,000 a month interest only. In year 4, they have to make a $4,000 principal payment. So you're seeing a lot of that. And I'm going to say 90% of our clients have a loan similar to that. I've very rarely have we seen a client who has a traditional fixed rate loan where they've been paying the same amount. They were going to pay the same amount for the next 30 years.